scary movie, guys. Everybody get your blanket. Thinner came out in 1996. The movie is based on a novel written by Stephen King that came out in 1984. Directed by Tom Holland. No, not that Tom Holland. This guy. Tom Holland is a writer and a director. He's probably best known for directing the first Child's Play movie. I'm not one to always follow Rotten Tomatoes scores or IMDb percentages with movie ratings. I don't think they mean everything, but I do think they generally mean something. In this case, the movie Thinner has a 15% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and 33 on Metacritic. So, again, not that that means anything, but keep that in mind. Keep that in mind going in. It's not gonna be great. It's about a lawyer that gets cursed for reasons we'll get to. What's the curse, you ask? What could he possibly have been cursed with, you may ask? Well, he gets thinner. It's the name of the movie. He gets skinny, real skinny, and then he dies. No, he doesn't die. He gets really skinny, and then nothing happened. We'll get to it. Now, I'm not here to just hate on the movie. I don't want to just say it's bad and leave it at that. But this isn't supposed to be as comedic as it comes off. The movie starts out with a line of cars driving down the street, but then we are introduced to our main character, Billy, who quickly informs us this is
Gypsy Caravan. Honest to God, gypsies.
Alright, so before I go any further, I want to acknowledge the fact that this movie is going to use a word that is out of date and not cool to use anymore. We're talking about the word gypsy. Like I said, it's out of date, not cool to use anymore. I'll use it as little as I can, but I swear to God, they use it so much in this movie, and it's how they refer to the characters. So Billy's wife is trying to get him to go on a diet.
Do I have to?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Heidi, what are you doing to me?
I don't know why he's all like, you want me to diet? Dude, you look like Peter Griffin. Billy's a lawyer, and currently he is defending a crime boss in court. There's too many mouth noises coming out of this guy. I hate it. I hate it so much. Please help me. So we get to see Billy in court, and while he's there, we find out the guy he's defending put a hit out on somebody. So Billy gets Richie out of court without a scratch on him, and to celebrate, they go on the mob boss's yacht. And Billy, well, he shoves his face with food, because it's only been a few hours since breakfast. You boys gotta eat.
Just doing my job.
Also, where we're going to get the first of many shots of Billy eating food in a way that is so repulsive.
I know you had to lobby Mr. Lily White Collar partner to take this case.
Prosthetics on Billy's face really bother me. It's just so comical and distracting. So many times he ends up smiling and doing this weird creepy grin where I don't know if that's even the face he's trying to make. So Billy gets to his office downtown and we see that there's a gypsy fair outside of his office. That's why there was the line of cars at the beginning of the movie. The gypsies are in town for their gypsy fair. When Billy arrives, he's watching one of the girls at the fair from a distance, while stuffing his face, of course. Then Billy's friend Kirk lets Billy know that he has something to show him, and pulls him into his office. Turns out Kirk just wanted to creep on the slingshot girl, whose name is Gina, by the way, with Billy. And then he asks Kirk,
Didn't your prick ever escape the 6th grade?
to which Kirk replies,
I hope not.
I'm sorry, what? That's kind of a weird thing to say. Yeah, I really hope my penis never left the 6th grade. Yeah, I hope my penis is still just as small and prepubescent as it was back when I was 11. Okay? Fucking weirdo. So Billy's taking off work early, and as he is, he runs into the judge from the case that he just dealt with. And the judge, he's a racist old fuck.
We've been invaded by a bunch of filthy, thieving gypsies. They bring disease, crime, and prostitution. What kind of fun is that?
Later that night, Billy is out celebrating winning and doing what else? Eating. Of course. While they're at dinner, a waitress rolls out a cart full of desserts, and Billy just starts acting like a toddler with a sugar problem.
Oh, easy boy, down boy. No.
After dinner, on the way back home, Billy's wife decides to go down on him because she's the sweetest lady ever, and that's what you do if you're a nice lady. Maybe it's a new diet method and she's gonna suck all the fat out of his dick.
Still thinking about food?
There's really something about those facial prosthetics that just kill me. While Billy is getting roadhead, his wife kind of stops for a while to talk dirty to him and to try to encourage him to not eat as much food and like entice him with Roadhead. Which, like, if your wife is telling you, hey, if you lose some weight, I'll suck your dick more. What better reason do you need, man? And this motherfucker is so just like wanting to ignore what she's saying. He's literally patting her on the back. Like, come on, get back to it. Ugh, I don't know. I would just feel like an old person trying to get out of a hug. Hug's done. Come on, suck my dick. That would be a real power move, though, to do that while getting head. To let her know, like, hey, I'm done. You know, it's good, it's just, I've had enough. It's alright. No, you're doing an okay job. While Billy is driving and getting his Twinkie drained, Lemke is getting a prescription filled. And there's a lady with him.
What do you look at?
She decides to go to the car and get her coat while she's waiting for the prescription to be filled. And her line delivery is simply beautiful. Just chef's kiss.
Papa, it is cold. I'll go get my coat.
Bill is so distracted by the Roadhead, understandably, that he smashes into the old lady with his car. And she basically just fucking explodes. The next morning at breakfast, the family peacefully talks about what the fuck they're gonna do now that they killed somebody with their car. She exploded on the windshield. There was like a slushie that looked straight out of Pineapple Express.
Oh no! What the hell was that?
At breakfast, his daughter asks,
What's the worst that could happen to you?
and he explains why he thinks he'll be okay. And then his daughter asks,
So you're gonna totally get off?
no, that's what he was trying to do last night when he was driving the car and then ended up killing the old lady.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Billy tells his daughter that,
An accident is not a crime.
and then she just sits there and thinks while taking a long sip from her mug. And I like to imagine that she's plotting something terrible.
Hey, little girl, stop it. I see you. There's no stealing from my store, you hear me?
No, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I wasn't stealing it, I swear.
Oh.
Don't call the cops, or I'll do something you'll regret.
You're stealing from my store.
No.
Oh,
No.
You don't want me to call the cops? Of
I
course I'm gonna call the
accidentally-
cops.
Said you shouldn't call the cops. Again, it was an accident. And you know, my dad, who is a lawyer, told me that if something's an accident, it's not a crime.
You know, I mean, when you explain it like that, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense when you think about it like that, doesn't it? Now, why don't you give me all the cash in the register, because I'm accidentally robbing you.
Okay, right, yeah, just let me, I'll get it for you, 1 second.
Cool. Thank you for all the money. And just remember this was an accident, so it's okay. And also, just so there's no evidence, while I leave, I'm just gonna set the entrance on fire.
Ah, come on.
And just remember that's also gonna be an accident, so the arson will be okay.
That's not cool.
Bye.
Billy's got to go to court over this whole murder thing. Billy is found innocent, and as he's leaving the courthouse, he's confronted by Lemke, the leader of the Gypsies.
Sir?
And Lemke has just one thing to say to Billy.
Finner.
And I gotta say, if an old guy walked up to me and just leaned in and whispered,
Finner.
just like that, I gotta say, we'd probably have some issues. What did you just call me? So after the whole incident outside of the courthouse, Billy immediately starts to lose weight without any exercise or any change of diet.
Congratulations.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
You look like you've lost weight. Of course, I haven't seen you stop eating. Maybe it's guilt.
That's stupid.
Yeah, That is stupid. Why would he feel guilty about killing that old woman? He was proven innocent, and she was probably gonna die soon anyways, right? We get to see Bill go golfing, and I gotta say, he kinda got that Trump butt.
Right here.
After their round of golf, all the boys head to the locker room. Billy's in the shower with the super racist judge. His fat suit makes him look like a flesh-colored Barney the dinosaur. He looks like the adult version of the baby from that Dinosaurs TV show, and for some reason he's just cleaning this one spot on his chest over and over. While in the shower, the judge tells Billy that after the court case, Lemke came up to him and touched him right in the middle of the chest, right where his patch of dry skin is. But the judge is an asshole, and he's actually just more worried that he caught lice or something from Lemke.
I was worrying about whether or not I was going to catch him, but tigo from him. Or lice.
So Heidi, Bill's wife, recommends that Billy go to a doctor, a specialist, and have some tests done. So the doctor tells Billy that everything is okay. But of course, anytime that's said in a horror movie, it just isn't true.
Hey, Dad. Could you stop? Cause I'm gonna fucking puke if you keep inhaling food like Kirby.
So his daughter shows concern for his health, and he just keeps eating like a lard ass. And I don't know what he's eating in this scene exactly, but he looks like a seal being fed sardines. Yeah, I would leave too. So Billy's just turning to more and more of an asshole throughout this movie, which he's gonna need to pass all that food that he keeps absorbing. He's just being so rude to his wife. And he's complaining that he has to eat more just to be able to stay at like a level weight. He's complaining that if he doesn't just keep eating that he's going to shrink faster than he can keep it on. And then he blames her for all of it. He blames her for the accident. I'm sorry. You were driving. And you want to blame the nice lady that decided to suck on your peen? Come on! So Heidi tells Billy that Laura, their daughter, should go stay with her aunt for a couple weeks. While Billy is out getting food, of course, he's approached by the doctor that he saw before. The doctor tells him that he heard back from a specialist and that things don't sound good. So Billy's instructed to go to a special clinic the next day. While at dinner, Billy notices that the judge's wife is out eating alone, and he starts to get a little paranoid because the judge was also approached by Lemke. So he decides to go to the judge's house to talk to him about everything that's going on. The judge's wife, Lita, asks him,
It was the gypsies, wasn't it?
What do you mean, gypsies?
and he's told that the judge is out of town because he's seeking medical treatment. Billy also finds out that Lemke approached the judge, touched him on the chest, and he whispered,
Lizard.
The judge's wife loses her shit on Billy after telling him about this. Understandable though, her husband is turning into a Spider-Man villain. So Billy asks the Hammer if he believes in gypsy curses. And here we get to see Richie the Hammer ask his mother's opinion, for some reason.
Ci credi che I zingari possano maledire la gente?
But his Italian sounds so fake.
Yeah, she says she believes. Yeah, she says that whoever puts it on has to take it off. No one else can do it.
No one else.
Heidi tells Billy that he needs to check himself into a clinic and get some help. The following day, we see Billy at the clinic, and he's there to figure out if they know what's going on with him. If there's one thing in this movie that gives away that it's straight out of the 90s, it's this.
We've used the computer to synthesize your test results. Amazing. That's all I can say.
Dude, what does that even mean? I swear, computers could do anything in the 90s. Again, here we can see that Billy's prosthetics are making him look more like an old man with a wrinkly neck than somebody that's rapidly losing weight.
Alec, where are you going?
To get some takeout.
Billy gets home just in time to see that the doctor who his wife asked him to go see earlier is leaving his house. And he starts to kind of worry that maybe the doctor was giving his wife a little more than just the standard checkup, if you know what I mean. Billy mentions the possibility of a curse to Heidi while casually eating an entire chicken carcass with one hand, and she gets upset at him for mentioning the curse.
Diet? It's not anorexia. I'll never take worm. I've been eating like mad for over 6 weeks, 6, 10, 12,000 calories a day, at least. And I'm still losing weight. I'm being erased.
So Billy goes to check on Duncan, you know, the cop that helped him get away with vehicular manslaughter. Duncan reveals that he has also been cursed and seems to have a guilty conscience about this whole thing. Later on at Duncan's funeral, Mike insists that Bill goes back to the clinic to get some actual help, but Bill is convinced that he has to go directly to the gypsies himself and reverse the curse somehow. Bill gets more upset at Heidi and Mike when he sees them talking very closely as Bill is leaving the funeral. So Bill finds out that Lemke, who cursed him, is 106 years old.
Also father of the woman you struck with your car.
Father.
Again, Bill comes home to find Mike there on the couch with Heidi. They're talking about filling out some sort of paperwork and taking legal action. Billy tells them that he will go back to the clinic, and then...
Dear Heidi, I'm going after Lemke. The old guy knows what I did, but not what you did. And that frees you up to believe the curse is all in my head. Unfortunately, that's a luxury I no longer have. But I'm going to work it out. In the meantime, if there's anything going on between you and Dr. Mikey, end it. Immediately. Billy.
At the Gypsy Fair, Bill sees Lemke telling people their future. And Lemke picks Bill out of the audience, tells him how much he weighs and how much he will weigh next week and the week after that. Billy is then given a very shitty consolation prize.
Sorry, mister, but you lose.
Which the gypsy takes forever to find. There's like 3 options. Grab one. All the prizes are dolls of people that have been cursed, but there's only 3 different models. Nah. Oh. No, not that one. It's right there. No. There's so many. You could grab any of those, really. It would be fine. No. Fucking Christ, lady. No, not the lizard. So Gina then tries to scare Billy with a slingshot, and she chases him with it. So as Billy is running away from Slingshot Girl, Carrie, the judge, pulls up in the car to save his ass. But Carrie looks like cracked pavement. Carrie looks like that scene from Bug's Life. The actor playing Carrie can barely talk through his prosthetics.
You ready, Billy?
Then Billy sees that Carrie's just driving straight towards a truck, which Lemke is driving. They're struck by the gas truck, and then Billy wakes up.
It was all a dream.
Go figure. But when he wakes up, he finds out that Carrie really did die, and he actually did drive into a gas truck just the night before. He always did want to be cremated.
Got him!
Next time Billy calls home, he finds out that his daughter's back. Also that Dr. Mikey is over at the house talking to his wife again. In a non-nightmare, in real life, Billy actually finds the gypsies, and it's not a dream this time, it's real. He finds them. And he is confronted with a terrible accent.
You killed my old mama.
You killed my mama. You killed my mama.
She sounds like she forgot which accent she was gonna use, and then in the middle of the line just decided to go full-blown Mario Brothers. Billy tells Lemke that his daughter
Ran out between 2 parked cars. You think doing this to me is going to bring your daughter back? I don't think so.
Justice ain't about bringing back the dead, white man. You find the policeman, you find the judge. They make sure nothing happened to you. They keep you safe. But I make sure something happened to them. That justice, white man. Gypsy justice.
Holy shit. I want to see that TV show. Gypsy Justice. A court case show where the judge and jury are all gypsies. And when you're found guilty, you're cursed.
I find you guilty on account of avoiding to pay your traffic tickets. You are hereby cursed, white man.
Oh God, please no, I can't have this on my record. Oh my God.
Cursed to a life of paying off the $800 which you owe the city and the state.
That's it? I just have to pay my tickets?
Oh no. Whoops. Hold on. Whoops. It looks like you're cursed to a life where your penis shrinks 1 centimeter a day until it goes inside of your body, creating a black hole, it destroying your entire being. No!
I'm asking you nicely. Take it off before this goes any further.
Get out. Get out, or I make it worse.
Okay, I'll go. But not before I curse you!
They have like actual magic, and this white dude's just like, yeah, okay, let's see how you like it when I curse you. A white man's curse.
The curse of the white man from town.
Don't do that, man. The white guy coming in and acting like he has powers and stuff. Like, it's like part of their culture, and this guy's coming in just being like, I'm going to curse you, gypsies. That's some Christopher Columbus bullshit right there. Who do you think he voted for in 2020? And then he proceeds to tap into this Nicolas Cage level of acting, almost. I don't want to give him too much credit, but it's like, dude, it's right there.
You want to see what the white man from town can do when he puts his mind to it? Do you want to see that? Don't make me start, old man. Don't make me start!
Gina does not like this shit one bit. She's like, no. Only Nicolas Cage can act like that. I've had enough. What do you think she does? She breaks out the slingshot, of course, and a Tarzan yell. She shoots Billy through the fucking hand. But then Billy just leans even harder into this super cringy white man from town bullshit. And then he uses the injury to his advantage, imitating Lemke squeezing blood out of his hand and proclaiming a right-wing curse.
The curse of the white man from town.
Billy's kind of in hiding right now, so he goes to Richie the Hammer for help. Richie sends an under-the-table doctor to bandage up the old hole in the hand. During the visit, Richie asks Billy if he is familiar with something called committal absentia. And basically, his wife and the doctor Mike are trying to have Billy thrown into a mental hospital without actually having him properly examined first.
Her and this doctor, you don't think,
Her and this doctor, you don't think that they're, brushing their teeth together and practicing a healthy oral hygiene, do ya? And then they pull up to a gas station.
Hey kid, wake up. It's a visit from the money fairy.
So Richie walks up to this car with a younger guy sleeping in it.
I don't do nothing that goes on video.
Well, that's a good plan, Stan.
And then Richie breaks the poor guy's heart by telling him that he actually just wants him to help him take on the gypsies. Sorry, Frank. No blowjobs today. Unfortunately, the gypsies catch up with Frank. They graffiti his car with what looks like shaving cream, but then they top it off with leaving Frank's mutilated body in the car with a chicken head in his mouth. This seems very uncoordinated on the gypsies' part. Like, one dude was all excited about his work on the car, and then he turns around and the other two are just shoving this chicken head in a dead guy's mouth.
Jesus, what the fuck, you guys? I didn't think we were gonna go this hard. I just used shaving cream on the car. Like, do you understand how stupid and juvenile that's gonna look now in comparison to what you guys just did? I feel like an idiot.
Richie's enjoying this whole going to war thing with the gypsies a little bit too much for Billy's liking.
This is getting out of hand.
Wrong. This has been out of hand, and I'm just the guy to put it back in hand.
Billy's starting to realize that Richie's getting some sort of joy out of this whole thing. He sneaks up like SEAL Team 6 and takes a dude out, and then he just starts unloading on the gypsy camp. So Richie grabs Gina, the slingshot girl's boyfriend, ties him up and attaches a note to him, pushes him out of the shadows in front of the other gypsies, and the gypsies all end up shooting the boyfriend. And the note attached, of course, said something about reversing the curse. As far as threats go, he knows what he's doing. You know, he's not like using shaving cream and killing people. He's just doing one or the other. It'd be different if on the note it was just like a picture of a clown. Richie's scheming goes even further, and the next day he poses as an FBI agent and goes back to the scene of the crime, and then interviews Gina. And he asks her if she recognizes Billy from a picture. She says,
That pig killed my own mama.
Richie tells Gina that Bill is in custody and that she should come with him to confirm his identity. Richie brings her out to the barn. This is one of the most unintentionally funny bits in the whole movie. They walk into the barn and Gina says,
There's no car here.
Then Richie goes,
Oh, I almost forgot. I have a photo of the man we suspect attacked your camp.
It was you!
She figured it out. I didn't expect her to get it at first. That whole scene is just so funny. Just the idea of somebody doing that, being like,
oh, by the way, here's the person that did it.
It's them.
You just got a face full of soda pop and baking soda.
Then Richie takes a jar of acid and balances it on her forehead while she's pinned to the ground so that she can't move until he's done saying what he wants to say, which is, tell Lemke to meet us in 2 hours at the lighthouse. Peace. And then they take off. So Lemke decides to reverse the curse just in order to protect Gina, basically. Lemke tells Billy that in order to pass the curse on to him, he must put the curse in a pie. The pie has to be eaten by somebody else, and then they get the curse. I'm sorry, how did you guys think this was gonna happen? Once the pie is eaten and the curse is passed on, Billy will then quickly gain all of his weight back. So, to pass on the curse, Lemke stabs Billy's hand and they squeeze the blood out into this pie, and that turns the pie into, wow, that's unnecessary. At the end of all of this, Lemke leaves Billy with one last bit of advice.
Die clean, white man from town.
Basically, Lemke tells Billy that if he himself eats the pie that he just put the curse back into, he will die, but he'll do it with a clear conscience. He can kill himself, basically, and not have to worry about, I guess, hell. After everything goes down and Billy gets the pie, he's on the phone with his daughter. Billy then tells his daughter that she needs to stay at a friend's house that night, and that he's coming home, but that he wants alone time to fix things with the mom, basically. His smile is very curved. It's Grinch-like. I don't like it. So Billy leaves the evil pie in his kitchen on the counter for his wife to find, and then wakes her up so that, you know, she'll see the pie and eat it and...
Got you, bitch.
Heidi tells him that there was nothing going on between her and Mike. And Billy is just really insistent that she go and look at the gift that he brought her, as if it's something like super special. And he like doesn't even want to talk to her about like these relationship problems. He's like, just go look at this pie I bought you, please. Please just go look at this pie. How is that not suspicious? Curse or no curse? I would think he was trying to poison you. He's so excited for her to go just see a pie that he got her. She should be suspicious. He's acting like it's some big, expensive, luxurious thing. And it's like...
Oh, you got rhubarb. Yeah, no, that's good, thanks. It's not Tesla, but I mean...
What was that?
Nothing. No, nothing. Thanks.
Billy goes to bed, and then he wakes up next to his dead wife. Pretty messed up. But the fat little piggy can't help but get one more lip-licking scene in.
Strawberry pie.
I hate how his mouth sounds. It's the grossest part of this whole movie. Billy heads downstairs and sees his daughter's stuff is there. And not just one dirty pie plate, but 2 dirty pie plates are in the sink. So Billy's daughter enters the kitchen and tells him that she didn't actually end up staying the night at her friend's house. She must have just come home late, I guess. And that she had some of the pie that he brought home for breakfast. And then she tastes the pie again, as if she didn't have enough. Actually, that's a good question. Do you have to eat the whole pie to get the curse? So just as Billy is about to succumb to the guilt and do himself in with this evil pie, the doorbell rings. And look who it is. So Billy invites Mike in for some pie.
You sure I'm not intruding? Positive.
I can't believe that he didn't say, I'm positive. I guess Billy decides to off himself and take Mikey out with him since the whole family's going anyways. Damn, a little dark. Also, so cheesy, bad acting for the most part. But you know what? Hopefully these people got to make something that they wanted to make. Hopefully they had fun doing it. Well, I think we all learned a valuable lesson here today. Roadhead kills people. Bye.